Hi guys, welcome back. So I got the Galaxy M20 with 3GB RAM and 32GB storage, and I've been testing its performance and gaming capabilities. And I'm really impressed, especially since this phone is coming from Samsung at an affordable price and it performs really well. In this video, we're gonna check three things, which are the day-to-day performance, gaming and battery. First, let's concentrate on the performance. The default Samsung launcher is based on Samsung's Experience UI 9.5 running Android version 8.1. I think Samsung has tried to make this UI really light because overall the performance seems smooth. At times there is slight stickiness when you browse through the home screen and menus, but still majority of the time everything is smooth. And as I said in the beginning, this is the 3GB RAM variant, but I'm impressed with Samsung's RAM management. 5 to 7 apps stay open in the background if they are not very heavy apps and they are staying on the menu you left, which is a really good thing. And I feel if the 3GB RAM variant has this good RAM management, Samsung has surely done a good job here. And for the performance, from the M20, I'm really impressed. This quad-core processor works really well. It is the Exynos 7904 and it has 2 high-performance cores and 6 high-efficiency cores, and even the Geekbench score is good. The Snapdragon 660 has a better score, but still during day-to-day use, the Exynos 7904 is doing well. So based on performance, I can surely say you won't be disappointed with what M20 has to offer. And now, let's check the gaming capability of this phone. I've tested 3 games. Well, the first 2 are the ones that really matter, and obviously it's PUBG and Asphalt 9. And as an extra, I've tested Alto's Odyssey. First, let's load PUBG Mobile, and for the loading time, it takes approximately 43 seconds for the game to load. And here, as you can see, the gameplay is fine. There isn't much frame drop or issues, and it looks smooth. Before we start the game, the time that the game is recorded is 9:05 AM and the battery percent is 96%. So let me play the game, and as you can see, it works really fine. Everything is smooth and I don't see any hiccups. Occasionally, there is some frame drop, but it's not going to affect the gameplay. And I've been playing for 10 minutes now and the battery has dropped 2%. And the rear of the device is not that hot. Overall, the temperature is normal, but here, just between the fingerprint scanner and the camera, it is slightly hot. It's not like you can't touch it, but still, it's slightly hot than the rest of the phone. And if you're curious, the default graphics settings are set to balanced and the frame rate is set to medium. And in this setting, it is working completely fine. But if you want, you can reduce the setting to make the gameplay even smooth. But I'm fine with this setting, and let me play the game for some more time and then we'll stop and check how much battery we lost and things like that. Now while you're playing PUBG, the only place that gets a bit hot is here. So we'll stop the game now and check the time, and it is 9:34 AM, which means we have been playing for almost 29 minutes and the battery percent now is 89%, which means it dropped 7%. Which is not that bad. So if you play PUBG a lot, it works really fine on the Samsung Galaxy M20. Now let's move to Asphalt 9, which is again a heavy game. The loading time for Asphalt 9 is 39 seconds, which is less than PUBG. And here also before starting the game, the time is 9:37 AM and the battery percent is 89. For Asphalt 9, the gameplay is a bit more smooth and better than PUBG. I don't see much frame drops, and even the loading time in between is also fast. I've played 3 races and let's check the time. So it's been 7 minutes since we started playing and the battery dropped 2%. One issue I've noticed here, which is common to phones with single bottom firing speakers, that accidentally at times you might cover it. It's a common thing, but it is something that I noted. So let me play the game a bit more, and here with Asphalt 9, the device is not getting hot at all. And I've played a couple more levels and the time now is 9:49 AM, which means it's been more than 12 minutes and the battery percent now is 86%. So it dropped 3% in whole, and to my surprise, this time even the area between the fingerprint scanner and the camera is not hot. So for Asphalt 9, it works a bit more better than PUBG. And finally, let's open the lightest game of the 3, which is Alto's Odyssey. And the loading time is just 10 seconds and the gameplay, obviously there isn't any issues. And one more thing I noted is that even after playing these games and when I quit, I didn't notice any performance issues and everything is smooth. So for the gaming performance, again, the M20 is good at it. Whether it be PUBG or Asphalt Lion, all of them works without any issues. And that takes us to the final test, which is the battery test. I've been monitoring the battery for my 1-day usage after fully charging it. I started my day at 6 am and was using this phone for my daily tasks, and at 5:06 pm my battery was at 50% and the screen on time was 3 hours 40 minutes. And then continued the day and again recorded the battery at 10:56 pm where the battery percent was 22 and the screen on time was 5 hours 14 minutes. And then continued using, and finally before putting it for charging, I checked the battery at 12:35 am and the battery percent was at 8 and the screen on time was 6 hours 12 minutes. On that day, I played some games, made calls, took some photos, watched YouTube, and overall I wasn't that surprised because the battery is a huge 5000 mAh battery and it surely has to last this much. And finally, one more thing I checked here is the charging time. Well, the default charger is a fast charger and the charging port is USB-C, and here also I checked the charging time at certain intervals. I put the phone for charging and the battery was at 12, and after 30 minutes of charging, the battery was charged to 36%, which means if you charge this phone for 30 minutes, you will get approximately 24% of battery. Again, I recorded after a total of 1 hour 30 minutes of charging and the battery percent was at 82, which means if you charge it for 1 hour 30 minutes, you'll get approximately 70% of charge. And finally, for the battery to be fully charged, it takes approximately 2 hours 30 minutes, which I would say is average to good. So overall, for the battery, I don't have any complaints, and in fact, I'm happy with what I got in terms of battery life and also charging time. One thing I noted here is that while charging, the rear of the device gets hot. And that's all for these testings, and after all these tests, I feel Samsung has done a good job here. This phone surely has good performance and day-to-day use is really smooth. Even for gaming, I didn't notice any major issues or problems, and surely you can play high-end games with this device. That's up for this video, guys. I'll be posting my detailed review soon where we'll check everything. Hope you liked this video. If so, please do hit the like button and please do subscribe. See you again soon. Till then, bye.